So hello students. So right now we will start very important and also very interesting, that is stoichiometric calculation. Okay. So topic that is stoichiometric calculation. Stoichiometric calculation. Okay. So stoichiometric calculation, particularly such calculations based upon only chemical reactions or balanced chemical equations. Okay. So the calculations which are based on balanced chemical equation are known as stoichiometric calculations. Okay. So these are particularly in chemical reaction, the participating species are reactants and products. Okay. So in such calculation, the key point is we have to write down the chemical equation for several chemical changes, and that chemical equation should be balanced. That means the number of reacting molecules and all the constituting atoms should be same on both sides. That is your balanced chemical reaction. So in balanced chemical reaction, we have to compare whether the number of moles of reactant species with another reactant or with another product. So again you can consider the mass of any species and compare with the mass of any other species. Okay. So particularly it gives the quantitative relationship between the reactants and products in terms of number of moles, or you can say mass, or you can say number of molecules, or in terms of volume also. That is called your stoichiometric calculation. Okay. So here you can write it gives the quantitative relationship between various reactants and products, in terms of moles, mass, molecules, or volume. Okay. So very simple example can I provide over here. For example, you see, let us consider a balanced chemical reaction of the type. Let us consider the following balanced chemical reaction. Okay. Let us consider the following balanced chemical equation. First key point, you just remember, your chemical reaction should be balanced one. Okay. Otherwise it will be wrong. So suppose I am considering a reaction of the type, let's say calcium carbonate treated with hydrochloric acid. ठीक. So it will give you product like calcium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay. So this equation is not balanced. You can balance by multiply 2 over here. You see right now the equation already being balanced. So this one is a balanced chemical reaction. Okay. So here you just see the coefficients of these compounds. Okay, the coefficient of such compounds. You see here that is 1, and here already that is 2. Here already that is 1. Here 1. Here 1. Here also 1. Here 1. Here 1. And here 2. And here 1. Okay. So these coefficients, okay, present in the equation are known as your stoichiometric coefficients. Okay. So you can write over here the coefficients of each formula are called the stoichiometric coefficients. The stoichiometric coefficients. These are known as the stoichiometric coefficients. Okay. So calcium carbonate 1, 2HCl already 2 is there. So 1, 1, 1. So these are known as stoichiometric coefficients. Okay. So right now let us explain what do you mean by this stoichiometric significance. What is the significance of this stoichiometry? We will consider through this example. Okay. Let me vanish it first. So again, if I consider this reaction particularly, you see that is what I have written, that equation, that is calcium carbonate plus 2HCl giving rise to CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. Here you see this is stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So I can write over here 1 mole. Is that clear? Very simple. Again here that is 2. Stoichiometric coefficient is 2. That can be written as 2 mole. Here 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole. Very easy. Okay. So if you calculate its molecular weight, that will be calcium 40 plus carbon 12 plus 3 into 16, that will be 48. Okay. So total will be 40, 40, 80. 90, 10. So that will be equal to 100 gram. 100 gram. That clear? So likewise, you just calculate the molecular weight of HCl. That will be 2 mole. Since it is 2 mole, so you can write like this: 2 into hydrogen 1, chlorine 35.5. That will be equal to 2 into, that will be 36.5. Okay, 36.5. So overall that will be equal to, tell me how much? That will be 73 gram. Okay. So now here calcium chloride, that will be 40 plus 35 into 2, that will be 71. Okay. So that can be written as 1 1 2, oh sorry, 1 1 1 gram. Okay, 111 gram. ठीक. Next, in case of water, you know, no need to explain over here. 2 plus 16, that will be equal to 18 gram. And here that will be 12 plus 32, that is equal to 44 gram. 44 gram. Okay. You see, since this one is a gas and its stoichiometric coefficient is 1, so 1 mole of any gas at STP you can compare its volume, or you can write 22.4 liter. Okay, for 1 mole of gas in a balanced chemical reaction under STP condition or NTP condition, its volume is 22.4 liter at NTP. I have told you in mole concept. Okay, so this means you can say 1 mole of calcium carbonate reacts with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid to give 1 mole of each calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, or more briefly you can say 1 mole of calcium chloride, 1 mole of water, 1 mole of carbon dioxide is obtained due to the reaction of 1 mole of calcium carbonate with 2 mole of hydrogen chloride. Okay, in terms of mass you can say 100 gram of calcium carbonate reacts with 73 gram of hydrochloric acid to give 111 gram of calcium chloride, 18 gram of water and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Okay, so what is its significance? You can write 1 mole of calcium carbonate reacts with 2 mole of hydrogen chloride to give 1 mole of calcium chloride, 1 mole of water and 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Okay, otherwise you can say 100 gram of calcium carbonate reacts with 73 gram of HCl to give 111 gram of calcium chloride, 18 gram of water and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. That clear? Okay. So now we proceed through different mode of stoichiometric calculation. Okay, so stoichiometric calculations particularly are classified into different categories. Okay, based on their comparison. Okay, how you compare, what is the nature of your comparison? Okay, if you compare the mass of one reactant with the mass of any other, it may be reactant or a product. Okay, if you compare mass to mass, then that is called mass relationship. Suppose the mass of any species is given to you and it is asked to calculate the volume of any other species, then that can be written, that can be considered as your mass volume relationship. Okay, if the volume of any species, whether it may be reactant or a product, is given to you and you have to calculate the volume of any other reactant or product, then that is regarded as your volume relationship. So there are the relationships are of 3 types: mass relationship, mass volume relationship and volume relationship. Is that clear? Okay. So now what you have to do, what are the different steps you have to follow to solve the stoichiometric calculation numericals. Okay, so the step first one, that is you should able to write the balanced chemical reaction, the balanced chemical equation for a chemical change. Okay, so steps. So right now different modes of stoichiometric calculation. Okay, different modes of stoichiometric calculation. Okay, so first one, that is mass relationship. mass relationship, that is the mass of any reactant or product is given and the mass of reactant or product is given and the mass of other reactant or product is to be calculated that is called mass relationship. Okay, next second one, that is mass volume relationship. Mass volume relationship, that is the mass of any reactant or product is given and volume or mass of other is to be calculated. Is that clear? Next, that is volume relationship. Volume relationship. Okay, that is the volume of any reactant or product is given and volume of other reactant or product is to be calculated. Okay, so these are the steps you have. These are the different class of stoichiometric calculation. Okay, mass volume and volume relationship. Now, what are the different steps you should follow during stoichiometric calculations? Okay, steps to be followed during stoichiometric calculation. Okay, so in first step 1, okay, that is write down the balanced chemical equation. First write down the balanced chemical equation. Step 2, mention the number of moles below the formula of each reactant and product species. Clear? Next, step 3, mention the mass of each species below their formula. Okay, step 4, after this step 4, mention 22.4 liter for any gaseous reactant or products. Mention 22.4 liter at NTP for 1 mole of gaseous reactant or products involved in the balanced equation. Okay, and this is the last step. No need to remember all these steps. We should follow during numerical. Okay, during our calculation. Apply unitary method to solve the problem, or apply unitary method for calculation. Okay, so these are the different steps we should follow during stoichiometric calculation. Okay, so let us discuss different mode of calculation step by step. Clear? Okay. So now we will discuss problems of category 1, that is problems based on mass relationship. Mass relationship, that means we should consider over here mass of one species with the mass of other species. Okay, but the key point you just remember, first you have to write down the balanced chemical change. Okay, whether the chemical equation is given to you or you have to apply your own idea that what will be the products. Okay, so before I go through this mass relationship, one thing I need to explain over here, that very important point, that is the actual yield of product is always less than the theoretical yield, less than the theoretical yield, or this is also known as calculated yield. Okay, yield means amount, what is the amount of product formed. Okay, so our calculated value must be greater than that of your actual value. Okay, so because why, because during chemical reaction there certain side reactions also takes place which is unknown for us. Okay, so due to these side chain reactions, okay, some amount of product also formed in some other way. That's why such variation arises over here. Okay, so I can write over here that percent yield that is equal to actual yield or experimental yield divided by theoretical yield into 100, that is your percent yield that is equal to actual yield divided by theoretical yield into 100. Clear? Okay. So right now we'll discuss your problems based on mass relationship. Okay, problems based on mass relationship. So very easy question I am starting. Okay, just see, calculate the amount of water. Question, calculate the amount of water, gram means mass. Okay, water produced by the combustion of 16 gram of methane. 16 gram of methane. Question is like this: calculate the amount of water produced by the combustion of 16 gram of water. Okay, so 16 gram of methane जदि जलियो केते अमाउंट रो वाटर तमरो फॉर्मेशन हो. ओके, सो केमिकल रिएक्शन हमको सही हिसाब से सेटअप करियो पड़ियो पिले. ओके, सो द केमिकल चेंज विल बी, सो दिस मीथेन इज ए हाइड्रोकार्बन एंड यू नो द कंबशन ऑफ हाइड्रोकार्बन गिव्स यू कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर. ओके, सो ये हाइड्रोकार्बन टा जलिले solution can be write like this: CH4, okay, bonds with oxygen gives you carbon dioxide plus H2O. Okay, so here you see this equation is balanced or not. You see this is not balanced. Hydrogen 4, you just multiply 2 over here. Right now the equation is balanced. Okay, so oxygen 2 to 4, so you have to multiply 2 over here. You see right now carbon equal hydrogen 4 and oxygen 2 to 4. So this is the balanced chemical equation. Okay, so this equation is balanced equation. So right now we will proceed. Okay, so you just mention this is 1 mole, this is 2 mole, this is 1 mole and this is 2 mole. Okay, question is asked to calculate the amount of water. So water को target करछि, water produced by the combustion of 16 gram of CH4. So we have to compare this methane with water. Okay, forget about all these two. Clear? So this CH4 1 mole, how many mass? 12 plus 4, that is equal to 16 gram. Okay, so 16 gram of methane on combustion with oxygen gives you water. How much? This is 2 mole. So 2 mole, 2 into for 1 mole, that is 18 molecular mass of water, that is equal to 36 gram. Is that clear? So answer is direct your 36 gram, because asked calculate the amount of water produced by the combustion of 16 gram of CH4. So 16 gram of CH4 on combustion with oxygen gives you 36 gram of water. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, so 16 gram of CH4 on combustion with oxygen give 36 gram of water. Clear? So you have compared the mass of one reactant methane with the mass of one product. That's why it belongs from mass relationship. Okay, let us discuss another numerical. Next, another question, that is, how many moles of methane, how many moles of methane are required to produce 22 gram of CO2, 22 gram of CO2 after combustion. How many moles of CH4 are required to produce 22 gram of CO2 after combustion? Again, write down the combustion equation. That will be CH4 solution. That will be CH4 plus O2 giving rise to CO2 plus H2. Write down the balanced chemical equation 2. Okay, so hydrogen 4, again carbon 1. So regarding oxygen, this is 4, so 2 O2. This equation is balanced. And question is that how many moles of CH4? How many moles of CH4 are required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide? So you have to focus this one and this one. Question is asked about moles. So you can compare over here 1 mole by considering its stoichiometric coefficient, and here carbon dioxide also 1 mole. Okay, so question is asked how many moles of CH4. So here you can compare by 22 gram of CO2. So here from this balanced equation, its molecular weight is beta 44 gram. Okay, 12 plus 32, that will be 44 gram. So 44 gram correspond to 1 mole of methane, because it is asked in terms of mole. How many moles of CH4? 44 gram, 1 mole. 1 gram, that will be 1 by 44 mole. Okay, so it is given you 22 gram. 22 gram, that will be equal to 22 divided by 44, that will be 0.5 mole is your answer. Got it? So simply you can say that by looking at this equation, it is 44 gram. So 44 gram 1 mole, that is 22 gram, that will be half mole, 0.5 mole. Okay, very good. Next, that is, calculate the mass of iron which will be converted into, calculate the mass of iron which will converted into its oxide, that is Fe3O4. It's a mixed oxide of FeO and Fe2O3. Okay, Fe3O4 by the action of 18 gram of steam on it. 18 gram of steam on it. Okay, calculate the mass of iron which will convert it into its oxide, Fe3O4. So oxide means interaction with metal, interacts with oxygen, to produce Fe3O4. Okay, by the calculate the mass of iron which will converted into its oxide Fe3O4 by the action of 18 gram of steam. Okay, so you have to interact iron with water, steam means water. Okay, so Fe plus H2, what should be our product? Definitely that oxide, iron oxide, Fe3O4. Okay, plus liberation of hydrogen H2. So you just balance this equation, that will be 3Fe. Oxygen 4 means here you have to multiply 4, 8 hydrogens, so that will be 4H2. This is your balanced chemical equation. First you just write down the balanced chemical equation. Unless balanced chemical equation you can't proceed. Okay, so this is balanced chemical equation. Question is asked, how much mass of iron will be converted? How much mass of iron will be converted into its oxide Fe3O4 by the action of 18 gram of steam? So this is 18 gram of steam. So question is within this region. Okay, you can calculate very easily. So 18 gram of steam required how much mass of iron? Okay, easy. Here you see this will be 4 mole, 4 into 18 gram of water, that correspond to how much gram of iron? 3 mole means 3 into 56, it's atomic weight. Okay, so you can write 4 into 18 gram of water. Okay, reacts with iron, that is equal to 3 into 56 gram. So 1 gram, that will be 3 into 56 divided by 4 into 18, and question is about your 18 gram. So 18 gram, that will be equal to 3 into 56 divided by 4 into 18 into 18. So 18 get cancelled, 4 14, so that will be 42 gram. So answer will be 42 gram of iron. Easy. Okay, so next we will go through another class of stoichiometry calculation, that is your mass volume relationship. You have to consider mass with volume, mass volume relationship, mass volume relationship. Problems based on mass volume relationship, mass volume relationship. Okay, so in mass volume relationship, first numerical, that is, suppose your mass volume relationship regarding, you have to compare the mass of one species with volume of another species. Okay, so suppose a numerical is like this, that is, what volume of carbon dioxide, what volume of carbon dioxide, okay, what volume of carbon dioxide measured at 27 degree centigrade, 27 degree centigrade and 746.7 mm pressure would be obtained by treating 10.0 gram of pure marble. 0 gram of pure marble with dilute hydrochloric acid, with dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, aqueous tension of water, that is given to you 26.7 mm. Okay, so here you just see you just write down the chemical equation, that is what volume of carbon dioxide measured at 27 degree centigrade and 746.7 mm pressure would be obtained by treating this much amount of marble means calcium carbonate plus HCl. Clearly this example I have written already, 2HCl, so CaCl2 plus CO2 plus H2O. Okay, what volume of CO2 is measured at this degree centigrade and this mm pressure would obtained by treating 10.0 gram of marble, 10.0 gram of marble. So you can easily calculate, you just calculate the volume of CO2. Okay, so here the molecular mass of calcium carbonate, that is 100 gram. So 100 gram calcium carbonate liberates carbon dioxide, that is how much? 44 gram. Okay, calculate the volume of, volume means you just mention over here. First I have told you this is 1 mole and carbon dioxide, you target just carbon dioxide. Okay, so equation is balanced or not, you just see. Yes, it is balanced. Okay, so CO2, this is also 1 mole. Okay, what volume of CO2? So 1 mole of carbon dioxide is a gas. So 1 mole of carbon dioxide at STP, I have told you its volume will be how much? Tell me. 22,400 ml. Okay, 22.4 liter or this milliliter. Okay, so 1 mole, it is in terms of mass usage, that is actually 10.0 gram, 10 gram. So here its molecular mass for 1 mole 100 gram. Okay, 100 gram of calcium carbonate liberates carbon dioxide this much. Next 10 gram, that will be 22,400 divided by 100 into 10, 0 cancel, so that will be 2240. Okay, 2240. Okay, centimeter cube, ml, or you can say centimeter cube. Clear? So now you just apply the condition, that is one is given condition and another one is your NTP condition. Okay, so in NTP condition, beta, you know, in NTP condition your T1, that is always 273 Kelvin. Okay, and P1, that is equal to 760 mm pressure. These are fixed quantities. Okay, so V1 volume, so at NTP volume, you know, that is this at NTP, that will be 2240 centimeter cube, because this 22,400 ml at NTP. So in NTP condition the volume is, that is equal to 2240 centimeter cube. This is your NTP condition. This is NTP condition. Okay, so at given condition, tell me, that is T2 here, this is 273, but here T2, that is given condition, that will be 27 degree. So you just convert it into Kelvin, 273 plus 27, that will be 300 Kelvin. Okay, next, that is P2 pressure. So P2, it is given you 746.7 minus aqueous tension, you have to deduct, because water vapor has also some pressure, you have to subtract it, that is 26.7. so that will be equal to 720 mm. Okay, then you have to calculate NTP volume, that is V2 is equal to how much. So you just apply the formula I am saying over here, P1 V1 by T1 that is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Okay, then you just calculate, put different values and just calculate that is equal to V2 is equal to how much. Okay, so next we shall discuss about your volume relationship. Okay, that is volume relationship. So numerical, that is volume relationship. Let us discuss one more numerical. Okay, that is upon your mass volume relationship. Okay, 1.0 gram of 1.0 gram of time does not wait to anyone. Time never wait to anyone. Okay, so accordingly we have to proceed. So 1.0 gram of a mixture okay, of a mixture of carbonates of calcium and magnesium. ओके, अगर मैं हड़बड़ी में कुछ लिखूं तो फिर आप लोगों को दिक्कत ये आ जाएगी कि सर क्या लिख रहे हैं, हम लोग को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, पढ़ नहीं पा रहे हैं हम लोग. ओके, सो दीज आर सम what boring statements for you from you guys. So magnesium, carbonates of calcium and magnesium gave 240 cm3 of CO2 at STP or NTP. Okay, same thing. Calculate the percentage composition of mixture. Calculate the percentage composition of the mixture. Okay, you see 1.0 gram of a mixture of carbonates of calcium and magnesium. That means solution, that mixture, that is calcium carbonate CaCO3 plus magnesium carbonate MgCO3, that is equal to 1.0 gram. Okay, these two mixtures gave 240 ml of CO2 at STP, 240 ml of CS2 at STP. Okay, calculate the percentage composition of the mixture. That means within 1.0 gram of mixture, calculate the percentage composition. CO2 at STP, calculate the percentage composition of mixture. मतलब कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट कितने का है और मैग्नीशियम कार्बोनेट कितने का है वो मिक्सचर में. ओके, परसेंटेज निकालना है, हो जाएगा. 1.0 ग्राम ऑफ ए मिक्सचर of carbonates of calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate give this much of carbon dioxide at STP. So we don't know which one is how much. Let calcium carbonate that is equal to x gram. Okay, then tell me MgCO3 that will be 1 minus x gram. Unitary method. Okay, now calcium carbonate CaCO3 on heating give you calcium carbonate on heating, what will give you? CaO, calcium oxide plus CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, ठीक. Again similarly MgCO3 on heating it will give you MgO plus CO2. सो ये CO2 और यहाँ पे ये CO2 ये दोनों मिलकर कितना होंगे? 240 cm3. ओके, सो यू जस्ट राइट डाउन हाउ मच वॉल्यूम ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फॉर्म्ड ओवर हियर. सो दिस इज calcium carbonate. So here 100 gram will give you 22,400 100 cm³ of carbon dioxide. Okay, so what is our amount? X gram. So X gram that can be give you carbon dioxide, that will be 22400 divided by 100 into x. 2020 यहाँ पे cancel, so that will be 224x centimeter cube of CO2. Similarly here, tell me magnesium carbonate, magnesium, that will be 24 plus 12 plus 48. This is how much? How much you tell me? That will be 84 gram. 84 gram. So here I can write here 22400 centimeter cube divided by 84 into how much? Tell me. 1 minus x. Okay, so this much volume of carbon dioxide. So total will be how much? 240. Then you have to solve this equation, that 224, okay, 224x plus this much 22400 divided by 84 into 1 minus x, total is equal to 240 cm³. You solve this equation. Okay, you solve this equation and find out the value of x over here. Okay, so the value of x over here, that will be so its x value, the value of x found to be, that will be equal to, just solve it प्यारे बच्चों, तुम लोग सॉल्व करना, और x का वैल्यू आ जाएगा 5/8. ठीक है, तो x आ गया, तो मतलब MgCO3 कितना आ जाएगा? 1 माइनस एक्स. कहाँ पे है वो? 1 माइनस एक्स. सो x से यहाँ पे 1 माइनस 5/8, दैट विल बी MgCO3 एंड कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट विल बी 5/8. ओके, just go through it. Next we will go the final step, that is problems based on volume relationship. Okay, problems based on volume relationship. Problems based on volume relationship. Based on volume relationship. वॉल्यूम के साथ वॉल्यूम को कंपेयर करना है. ठीक है, सो वन न्यूमेरिकल आई एम गोइंग टू डू ओवर हियर regarding volume relationship. So that will be here. What volume of oxygen? What volume of oxygen? What volume of oxygen at STP? At STP is required to affect complete combustion of complete combustion of 200 centimeter cube of acetylene, okay, acetylene, and what would be the volume of carbon dioxide formed, and what would be the volume of carbon dioxide formed. Okay, what volume of oxygen at STP is required to affect the complete combustion of this much amount of acetylene. So write down the a chemical equation, combustion of acetylene C2H2, any hydrocarbon bonds in presence of oxygen gives you carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, you just balance it. 2, 5, 4. Number of hydrogen atoms 4. So here 2 is there. Okay, so you have to calculate what volume of oxygen at STP is required to affect the complete combustion of 200 centimeter cube of acetylene. 200 centimeter cube of acetylene requires what volume of oxygen at STP, okay, and what would be the volume of CO2 formed, what would be the volume of CO2 formed. Okay, so first you just compare this one, 2 mole, 5 mole. Okay, so 2 mole, 5 mole, that means 2 vol, 5 vol, 2 volume, 5 volume, or you can say very easy, 2 into 22.4 liter, let's say 20 to 400 centimeter cube correspond to 5 mole, means 5 into that much. Okay, so 1, that will be 5 divided by 2 into 20 to 400 centimeter cube. So into 200, this will cancel, into 200. So that will be how much, you tell me? 500 centimeter cube. First one answer. Oxygen, what is the volume of oxygen? 500 centimeter cube. Okay, so next, with respect to this 500 cm cube, you have to calculate what what would be the volume of CO2 formed. The volume of CO2 formed, again you have to compare. This is 2 into this much, that will be equal to 4 into, and what would be the volume? Okay, 20 to 400 centimeter cube. Okay, again from 1, that will be 4 divided by 2 into 20 to 400 centimeter cube. Okay, so what would be the volume of CO2 formed over here? Okay, so volume of CO2 formed for 200 centimeter cube, I can write, multiply over here 200. Okay, so this one cancelled, this one 2, so that will be 400 centimeter cube of what? CO2, carbon dioxide. Is that clear? At STP. At STP. Okay, very good. Next, here something is specified to you, that you have find out the amount or volume of anything with respect to certain species, it is given to you. Okay, but what about in case of 2 species are there? Then there will be a big confusion to find out. That means the yield you can calculate by considering which there are 2 masses are given to you, which mass you have to consider. That is a big confusion. So it's very important. Right now we will discuss a small topic that is called limiting reactant or limiting reagent. Limiting, very important, reactant or reagent. Limiting reagent. Limiting मतलब जो कम एक्सटेंट में है, लेस एक्सटेंट में, which one? Okay, वो it is very limited. ठीक है जी. So limiting reactant, that is the reactant, टाइम तो नहीं है भाई, the reactant which is completely consumed or used, okay, known as limiting reactant. Okay, and the reactant which remains something, which remains some extent after the completion of reaction is known as excess reactant. Okay, so the amount of product depends upon the limiting reactant. Very important, you just remember over here, the amount of product formation depends upon the amount of limiting reactant. Okay, so now we will proceed through a numerical which is based on your limiting reactant. Okay, so this is your numerical. Suppose a question is like this: 3.3 gram of H2, okay, react to it 29 gram of O2, okay, to form water, okay. Which is the limiting reagent? Question: which is the limiting reagent? Next question: calculate the maximum amount of water that can be formed. Calculate the maximum amount of water that can be formed. Okay, and next, that is calculate the amount of reactant left unreacted. Excess कथा से पचार calculate the amount of unreacted reactant. Okay, so this gram of hydrogen and this much amount of oxygen combined to form water. Reaction write down: H2 plus O2 giving rise to H2. Okay, so that will be 2H2 plus O2 giving rise to 2H2O. Okay, this is balance equation. First preliminary duty is you just write down its balance equation. Next, it is given to you 3 gram of H2. Okay, 3 gram of H2 and 29 gram of O2. Okay, tell me, how can you predict the amount of water? I have not mentioned any specific hydrogen or oxygen. There are two masses given to you. One is 3 gram, another one is 29 gram. And my question is how much water is formed. So can you predict? I have not given you, I have not identified that you should compare the formation of water with mass of hydrogen or the formation of water with mass of oxygen. Okay, I have not mentioned any specific. So in that situation, the concept of limiting reagent plays a vital role over here. The formation of water depends upon the limiting reactant. Which one would be limiting reactant, hydrogen or oxygen? It's very important. Let us see. So here, how you calculate? So 3 here you can see over here. So 2 moles of hydrogen requires how many moles of oxygen? 1 mole. Stoichiometric coefficient. 1 mole of oxygen, 2 moles of hydrogen required 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so 2 moles of hydrogen means mass will be 2 moles, 2 into for 1 mole 1 gram, you know. Okay, so for 1 mole 2 moles of hydrogen, so this is molecule, sorry, this is molecule, the molecular weight of hydrogen that is 2, so 2 moles, that means 2 into 2 gram of hydrogen requires 1 mole of oxygen. So oxygen 1 mole correspond to its molecular mass, that is 32 gram. Easy. So 1 gram, that will be 32 divided by 4. Okay, so for 3 gram of hydrogen, you just calculate, for 3 gram of hydrogen how many oxygen you need, 32 by 4 into 3. Okay, so 4 ashta 4 into 8, 32, so that will be 24 gram of oxygen is required, but here oxygen is given you 29 gram. So you need for 3 gram of hydrogen, for 3 gram of hydrogen you need 24 gram of oxygen, but here given 29 gram, so remaining reactant, this one will be excess, this oxygen will be excess. And how much excess? 29 gram minus 24 gram, that is 5 gram excess of oxygen you have taken. So once you have concluded that this one is excess, so definitely this one will be your limiting reactant. Limiting reactant. You just see, again you convert the statement. So here 32 gram of oxygen requires hydrogen beta 4 gram. Okay, so 1, that will be 4 by 38. So for 29 gram of oxygen, hydrogen will be into 29. So you can calculate this species and you will get 4 into 29. Okay, so you will get over here that will be, you just calculate here over 4 2 9 19. Okay, so here will be 29 means 30 with 60 divided by, just let's say this is 19 means you just 20, that is 3, it will be less than 3, some digit will come that is less than 3. Okay, so okay, sorry, that will be 4 into 29, so 2 into 29. Okay, so that will be 58 divided by 19. Okay, so that will be how much? That will be so your limiting reactant (3 gram of H2 equal to 23.8). So here you can calculate. Okay, so definitely you will see, so this one will be your limiting reagent. Okay, so successfully we have finished this stoichiometric calculation chapter. Hope you get well and go through the several numericals I have done it. Okay, thank you.